Hi there! Welcome to episode 131 of the WaveBack Music Podcast. My name is Kris.
And I'm Matt.
And we're here to listen to the most interesting video game music there is. A long time ago, we intended to do 2 Sonic Adventure episodes back to back. The audio got lost for the second part, though, and we've been waiting for the right time to give it another go ever since. Well, the 20-year anniversary of Sonic Adventure 2 seems like the perfect opportunity, and we've brought the Alexes back to make it official. Roll around at the speed of sound, because it's time to listen to the music of Sonic Adventure 2 for the Sega Dreamcast. Well, hello, everybody.
Hi.
Hello.
What's up?
Yes, it's me and Matt, and we are once again joined by the Alexes to replace the missing audio of our previous episode 79, which is now episode 131. So it's been, goodness gracious, it's been quite a while. So how's everybody doing, Alex and Alex?
Well, last time we did this, were we not quarantined? Right? That was before all that, right?
I would imagine so. Let's see. It was episode 79.
Right? Oh my god.
2019, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot has changed. A lot. The world has definitely changed since then. I'm still doing okay.
That's good.
Yep.
Yeah, things are good for me currently as well. Vaccinated and looking forward to the future.
Yeah.
Vaxxed and waxed and ready to go.
Yeah.
Literally was about to say that. Waxed, and listening to some tracks.
Oh.
Listening to some WaveBacks.
Oh. Wow. Nailed it. Got him.
Well, that's our show. Thank you so much for listening.
Yeah,
we'll see you guys next time.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Keeping the scene alive.
It's all downhill from here.
Sadly, it is.
Oh,
Jokes don't
boy.
get any better.
Well, let's see here. We were, I had something important to say, but I didn't write it down. So therefore, it's gone forever.
All right, well.
Like our old audio.
Hey.
Yes, obviously we tried to record this a long time ago, and we did. We made it through the whole episode, but then some of the audio went boom, and we weren't able to actually piece the whole thing together. So we decided to wait for a long time so that the conversation would feel natural again, because otherwise we'd just be like trying to recreate the conversations we just had. So it's been like 2 years. I think that's a solid amount of time.
Yeah.
The Alexes are big fans of this music, and Matt and myself are less so, and the Alexes are here to help us see the good in all of it, because it's the anniversary, and that's what we do here, right? We appreciate video game music, so let's appreciate the heck out of this Sonic Adventure 2. Let's get to work. Alex, hit us with some history.
All right. Sonic Adventure 2 was released on the Sega Dreamcast on June 18, 2001, marking one of the few times the Sonic game has made its debut in North America instead of Japan, where the game was released 5 days later. Celebrating the franchise's 10th anniversary, Sonic Adventure 2 was designed to be smoother, faster, and all-around more efficient product than the occasionally slow-paced and bloated Sonic Adventure 1. They succeeded in almost every front. However, the end product didn't solve every problem Adventure had, which left some series' longtime fans longing for the more traditional 2D Sonic game. Regardless of that, the game performed very well for a Dreamcast game, and even saw a re-release on the GameCube as Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
The game's soundtrack was composed and produced by basically the same team as the first game, with the addition of Tomoya Otani. Otani is responsible for a lot of Sega's more modern music, having worked on games like Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg, Choo Choo Rocket, Skies of Arcadia, and more. For more information on Jun Senyoe, Kenichi Tokoi, Fumi Kumatani, check out our previous episode.
So yes, that previous episode would be episode 78. If you want to go back and hear all of us chat about Sonic Adventure 1, if you're new to the show, that is the prequel to this. That is the Phantom Menace to tonight's Attack of the Clones.
I have a question that I just thought of that I wouldn't have thought of last time we recorded this.
All right.
Does anyone know if any of the people involved in the soundtrack worked on Balan Wonderland? Or Wonderworld?
I always want to call it Wonderland too.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
That's
I'm going to find out right
question.
now.
Yes, please do some do some quick internet research while we talk about our personal histories with this game. Matt, you probably have the deepest connection to this game out of all of us. Matt, what's your personal history with Sonic Adventure 2?
I saw a Dreamcast once. Like in a store?
Just once.
Just once, yeah. All jokes aside, I really don't. It never. I had a friend who had a Dreamcast. He was one of those guys that just like a system would drop and he'd pick it up. So he had the Dreamcast, and to be honest, he might have had Adventure 2, but at that point, I was very much against the Sonic series and stuff. It just, it just never hit with me. And that's it.
Cool story.
Yeah. I'm sorry. Actually, and then I found $10. There it is. Now I'm done.
By the way, I do not see any familiar names for Ballad of the World.
Oh, that's too bad.
Shame.
Is it though?
I watched like an hour-long history of that. I mean, a whole thing about that game today, and about all of the people that are like actually talented that worked on it. It's like, oh, and the music was one of the things that was praised. So I was curious.
Yeah, that game's fascinating. I am utterly fascinated by it, and as soon as it gets down to like maybe $20, I'll probably buy it because I am utterly fascinated by those kinds of games.
There's apparently like a hidden hard mode in it, and like the story is ridiculous. If you read the book, it's crazy apparently.
Yeah. I've heard. It looks bananas. Like even just on its own, like when you really start thinking about the logistics of that character, like, is he a hat? Is it? What is it? Yeah. Doesn't matter. But that's not what we're here for. What about
anyway?
What about you guys? What are your personal histories with Sonic Adventure 2?
Mind if I go first?
Yeah, go for it.
So it was a huge part of my childhood. I bought it almost immediately when it came out. One of the first GameCube games I owned, since the GameCube was still a fresh console back then. I've spent hundreds of hours in that game. My friends used to come over, we'd play through the story mode. My mom and dad would have to kick me off the TV because I'd play it too often, and I'd leave my GameCube turned on overnight so I could level my Chow in the Chow Garden. That's where a lot of those hours came from too. I've collected all the emblems in the game, which is way too hard, and I've done it multiple times because I don't know what's wrong with me. And the soundtrack is great, and I hope that Alex and I can help show that to you.
And what about you, Alex?
That it's either Sonic Adventure 2 or Sonic Advance. This is probably the first Sonic game I ever owned. Oh no, I can't even say that. I had a Game Gear with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on that. But yeah, it was one of my early Sonic games, and when I got it, my GameCube had broke. So I remember having Sonic Adventure 2, and being unable to play it, and basically having to convince friends of mine to let me come over their place so we could like take turns playing the game, which then, because the game is so good, my friends, specifically my friend Kris, him and I would fight over which one would be able to play a level next, because we both wanted to play this game so much. And yeah, same with Alex, I have the Green Hill Zone unlocked in it. I definitely would leave the game on in the Chow Garden while just playing on like my Game Boy Advance at the time, or like do the Game Boy Advance Chow Garden connection. I was obsessed with this game. I got the soundtrack just to like drive around on my bike and listen to.
Same.
It was a fantastic game from my childhood that I still, anytime I plug in my GameCube, I will play this game, just for the heck of it. So definitely one of my top GameCube games too. I put like this, Melee, Bloody Roar, and like Kirby Air Ride.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, solid choices.
Oh, and Time Sphere's Future Perfect. Great. But yeah.
Oh, that one's good too.
Well, let's see. My history with this one is I was a huge Dreamcast fan. I love my Dreamcast, and I bought it on day one, and I bought Sonic Adventure, and I liked it, but I didn't love it. And yeah, I played it. I played a bunch of it. I never wound up finishing it because, again, I didn't really fall in love with the game like I did with many other Dreamcast games. But when Sonic Adventure 2 came out, I remember it being this whole big thing because it was like it was an anniversary thing for the original Sonic the Hedgehog, and there was a demo for it. And I remember booting up the demo, and in fact, I just played it a little bit ago because I finally got a mode installed on my Dreamcast, so I was able to access the demo game because I didn't have the disc anymore last time we tried to record this. And I remembered being really taken aback by the demos in Japanese, and like they say damn like right in the beginning. And it's like, wow, okay, just go ahead and drop in the damn right in the beginning of our Sonic the Hedgehog game. And then he jumps out and he starts snowboarding on a piece of the plane, and the music was great. I was like, all right, this is cool. I'm digging this demo. It's still pretty rocky, you know. I can still like anything stops your momentum. It's really easy to just kind of, you know, fall and die and whatnot. But it was pretty cool. I was somewhat excited. And then when we finally got the game in my store, I was working at FuncoLand at the time. I cracked open the actual version of the game and threw it in our Dreamcast Interactive, and I started playing that first level again because I wanted to show somebody the running away from the truck bit. And then the music starts, and there's lyrics now, and I was like, no, and it just killed me. It just absolutely killed all enthusiasm I had for the game because like I'd die, and the music would start over again, and the lyrics would start over again too, and I was like, it just yanked me right out of it. I'm not a huge fan of video game music with lyrics in it, but that said, the melody was still really cool, and the whole bit with the truck is still super awesome. And this was unfortunately where I really fell out with Sonic until I played Sonic Rush on DS. Was kind of what pulled me back in, like, oh hey, they can make good Sonic games again. And again, I'm not objectively calling these Sonic this game bad. It's definitely not for me, as were its sequels. Like every time a new one came out, I'd give it a whirl. I'd be like, all right, Sonic Heroes, show me what you got. Like, nope, you still no, still not doing it for me.
You didn't like the Shadow the Hedgehog game?
Oh well, that one
was their swearing phase.
That was top tier right there. You know what Sonic needs is more guns.
Have you played Sonic Generations?
Guns, cars, and swearing.
Nothing but. I have played a little of Sonic Generations, and I thought that was pretty cool.
That's
a favorite game of mine.
Yeah, that's a neat game. I'm really excited to try Sonic Colors, because I don't know why I never tried that game back when. Because I remember when it came out thinking, okay, this looks right up my alley. This looks really fun, and I never wound up getting around to playing it. So I'm really excited for the remake of Sonic Colors to come out.
I could wave back about that game any day. The soundtrack for Sonic Colors is fantastic, phenomenal. I tried to combine them into one word.
Phenomenastic.
We make up our own words all the time.
Yeah,
it's totally okay. You're in the right place.
Yeah,
very good, very good.
I worry about our list today because we do have a lot of lyrics, and I hope you guys can look beyond that. There are a lot of instrumental songs in these games that are great, but the lyrics kind of make it too, and don't look at it just as like a video game music. Look at it as just awesome music.
And one thing I really liked about, we mentioned before buying the albums to listen to, is that a lot of the albums had a lot of the tracks that had vocals, but as instrumentals as well. You can listen to them without the vocals.
Well, one thing we did, our last episode was actually on, celebrating the anniversary of Sonic 1. And Matt and I both were pretty surprised by how much we enjoyed the music separated from the game itself. Matt's never been a huge fan of Sonic. I really like the original Sonic the Hedgehog. I really like its soundtrack, but I had never really just stopped and paid attention to nothing else but listening to the music separated on its own. And it gave me a whole other level of appreciation for it. So, it's entirely possible this will happen tonight for us. I don't really remember how this all went down last time. I remember there was some point where Knuckles was rapping, and that's about
yes,
that's about all I really remember from it. So let's get to work, huh? So The first track is Escape from the City. Why don't one of you guys tell us why we're listening to it?
I mean, it's iconic.
Yeah, if you think about Sonic Adventure 2, this is the song that everyone will immediately start belting out at the top of their lungs, no matter where you are.
Yeah, I have friends who will go to conventions and literally just one person starts it and everyone knows the lyrics and will continue it. Last time we recorded this, I put the first line of this song on my Facebook, and by the time we were done recording, like half of the song had been typed out lyric by lyric down my Facebook wall by different people.
Nice.
This song is iconic. It is an earworm. It is in Smash Brothers. it is just a super fun song that it gets stuck in your head.
Well, prepare yourself for an incoming earworm, everyone. Here is Escape from the City from Sonic Adventure 2. Enjoy. Well, we did in fact make it through. So yeah, you're 100% right. That is an iconic track. This was kind of like, this game came out really towards the end of the Dreamcast being the Dreamcast. Mm-hmm. Like, this was kind of part of their last set of haymakers. Like, now we can still do this. We can still take on the PlayStation 2. They couldn't, but they really wanted to, and I wanted them to succeed. And you can tell that a lot of effort went into this game, and really high production values. And the quality of this music really kind of speaks to that. Like, at this point, having an action platformer that had music with full lyrics in it was relatively novel, and I didn't love the idea. Most of the reason I didn't love the idea of it came from, like I told you, when you play the game and then you die and then you start over again, and you have to hear those same lyrics starting over again. Like, if you wind up getting stuck somewhere and then you die like 3 times in 3 minutes, that you're hearing those same, rolling around at the rolling around at the okay, stop rolling around at the speed of sound. Just play the damn music so I can concentrate on what I'm doing. But separating it from that, and again, separating my distaste for, I think I spoke about this last time, the actual lyrics themselves have a lot to do with, like, I fight for my friends, I'm following rainbows, and like, Okay, but melodically speaking, I genuinely like this tune, and I don't mind when it gets stuck in my head. I don't love saying rolling around at the speed of sound and following my rainbow, but the fact that I don't know most of the rest of the lyrics works out well for me, because the words themselves aside, I really, really like this song.
Sonic's themes are notorious for having pretty terrible lyrics.
When we lead up to the next song, I definitely want to touch on that more, but really, each level is how they sound and how the lyrics and the message of each level is really based on who the character is that you're playing. Because really there's 6 playable characters in this game. Each one has their own feel, and the music reflects that. And Sonic happens to be a lot of friendship.
Yeah, I mean, there's even like certain instruments that they avoid using for certain characters that they always use for other characters. It's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That is interesting.
Like the piano, for one. You'll hear a lot of piano in Knuckles and Rouge stages, but not as much in the others.
That's interesting. I did not know that.
And I just want to say, Takashi Taneda, who is the bassist of Crush 40, Jun Senyoi's band, kills it on the bass in this track.
Yeah, I like that bass. The bass sound is really quite nice. You're suspiciously quiet, Matt.
Oh no, I was leaving. No, I was genuinely leaving the floor open for the Alexes to. I mean, they're, as far as I'm concerned, they're the 4 most expert. You know, I'll say that I enjoy it because there's a pop punk influence to it. I'm not a huge pop punk person, but I do appreciate pop punk for what it is. I'm subject matter notwithstanding, I guess that really determines its lyrical content. Its lyrical content I'm a little kind of iffy about, you know what I mean? But to me it's a proper multi-track recorded song, this game came out what do we say,
20 years ago?
Yeah, I know it was 2001.
2001. So
Okay.
yeah, they were definitely in full multi-track glory. So it's good. I won't say that it's something that if it comes on I probably won't change it, but I don't know that I'll ever be in a situation where it'll come on. Why would I do that to myself? No.
No, that's what you have us for.
Yeah, no, right, exactly. Hang out with the Alexes, it's probably going to be on. But it's not bad. It's like I said, from a strictly like studio tech side of things, it sounds great. It sounds like something that would appear on a record you would have picked up at that time, the big pop punk kind of heyday. So that's all I got.
And personally, I'd say like it's actually probably one of my least favorite songs on our list. It just felt wrong not having it on the list.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah. You have to represent the game, and sometimes you just got to go with even the weaker tracks because of how iconic they are. Because this song is inescapable when talking about Sonic Adventure 2.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess it's time for us to move on to the next track, which is a whopping 5 minutes long. This is called "Throw It All Away." So, who's gonna explain this one?
Well, I want to get into this one. This one, so how we were talking about how each character has like their own feel to them, and all of their levels have like a distinct feel. This is Shadow the Hedgehog's theme. This is his debut game, and this song really represents him, I think, very well for this time period. I think there are other songs in future games that fit him even better, but this one, it gets away from the friendship is magic themes of Sonic, and I love this song because so Shadow has a distinct move, catchphrase, I don't know, chaos control, which he says a bunch, and this song has the chaos, and then it has it going under control, and I think that's such a really fun sound to it. And I love this song because it's just bonkers, chaotic, and then when it finally focuses, it sounds devilish in a way. So, Alex, any thoughts on it before we go in?
I have a couple things I want to say, but I think I want to mention them after we listen.
Sounds good.
Well, that's certainly some interesting insight for me to listen to, is the controlling of chaos. So let's give it a whirl. Here is Throw It All Away, theme of Shadow the Hedgehog. Enjoy.
Nobody can tell you. You live an endless life forever.
Well, I'll start by saying that I definitely liked it more before the lyrics started. But also, it really reminded me of the boss music from Sonic Rush. So I had to kind of poke around and see if any of the people who worked on Sonic Rush worked on this. But the composers don't. It doesn't appear to be any crossover. But yeah, there's a lot of real similarities between this and the boss music from Sonic Rush, which is pretty cool. I rather liked this one.
So I remember this from last time because I had the exact same comment to make. This song very much reminds me of the entire catalog of Gravity Kills. If you guys remember that.
I do remember you mentioning that, and I looked them up after. Yeah.
They had some marginal success on with MTV and stuff. Guilty was their big single, and they had their catalog is pretty much very similar, even the vocal styling. And then, after our first foray at this episode, I went ahead and I listened to all their stuff all over again because I just love that stuff. So then it almost goes without saying that I really actually enjoy this. And even though, again, lyrical content is kind of whatever for me, I think they did a great job of capturing that. I don't want to assume that that's what they were going for, but it's really hard to kind of look at it and go like, you sure? Because I mean, it's like if anybody who listens or knows who Gravity Kills is, I think you're like, oh yeah, he's nailed it on the head, nailed it. So I dug it. I actually did dig this one. Again, lyrics, whatever, but everything else, even the singing, I thought was the vocal performance. I don't know if you want to call it singing, but the vocal performance was really, in the pocket with it too. So
yeah, I really like this theme, especially as a character theme, because I agree the lyrics aren't perfect and it can get somewhat corny at times because you get a lot of very emo vibes. Throw it all away like nothing matters. But all the lyrics really speak to Shadow's motivations in the game, and kind of subtly the lyrics kind of give away exactly why he feels how he feels. And as you see the gameplay, witness the events in the story, you see everything in this theme song makes sense. You understand why he feels the way he does, and I feel like it's a great antithesis to Shadow's to Sonic's theme of friendship is magic and everything. That's a big theme in Sonic Adventure 2, is the the opposites. Like Shadow is the opposite of Sonic, and then the other characters, Tails and Eggman, they have the opposite mission. So do Rouge and Knuckles, and then the tracks are very different in that way too. Like Sonic's are very upbeat, Shadow's are very dark, dismal, and depressing, but they all have that great rock sound.
Yeah, I don't disagree with you on any points. It's I didn't actually understand any of the lyrics, to be honest with you.
The lyrics are very subdued. You definitely they don't beat you over the head too much, and it's very easy to just kind of focus on the music and not the lyrics for me. So.
Yeah. Especially when you hear it in the game, it's usually over a cutscene where another character is talking.
And they were kind of really bad with the how the audio is in that game.
Yeah, the audio mixing in the game itself is not great.
But
at least the mouth movements are better than Sonic Adventure.
Yes.
Oh man, the mouth movements in Sonic Adventure are amazing.
Although, yeah, they're kind of charming, aren't they?
No, Sonic's mouth alone gives me nightmares in that game.
It's just contorting around. Wake up!
And then one fang, and it's just
It's really that was really something.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of makes you think about that one giant eye he has.
Yeah, right.
Giant eye, 2 pupils.
Kind of terrifying. Don't look at things too closely.
Yeah. Just don't think about the anatomy of the Sonic universe too closely, or you'll wind up going down some pretty disturbing holes.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to see the anatomy of Sonic characters, just Google them.
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't.
No, you'll find my DeviantArt.
I'm not recommending that anyone anyone anywhere Google anatomy of Sonic the Hedgehog characters. I do not endorse that at all.
Man,
But a fun game is Googling your name, the Hedgehog, and seeing what DeviantArt pops up.
I've done that. I've done that.
I'm gonna do it right now.
Oh no.
It is hilarious.
Oh yeah, I gotta.
Sometimes there's a couple, and they're always good. I mean, they're not good, but they're good.
Wait, what was it? Your name and what?
The Hedgehog. So you would put
Huh.
like Matt the Hedgehog.
Got it.
Alex, if we do it, like our first thing is this cute little green hedgehog girl.
That's us.
It's kind of adorable.
I know,
I
right?
got a girl in a gray shirt, and like she's just yellow. But then there's like this other one that's all green.
My favorite are the ones that show up with text, and they're always like super angsty things.
Mine is. Oh boy! All right, mine. How do I explain this? Okay, imagine Sonic the Hedgehog. The head is all green except for the tips where he gets spiky, and they're red. Everything else is fairly normal, and it looks like a blue shirt that could be, I would argue, is a turtleneck, and it says Sonic the Hedgehog rocks, and then on it just says Matt the Hedgehog.
That's not too bad.
I will say, whoever
Yeah, I feel like I have the most normal one.
whoever made the Alex the Hedgehog one, there's a bunch. There's like a variety, and they're all the same character, and I'm kind of cute.
Wow.
Okay.
Well, that was a hoot. Let's move on.
Yes, our next track is an instrumental.
Ah.
Yeah, you guys are gonna probably like this one.
Well, I tell you, instrumentals. That's the way I like it.
But
The name of this track is "That's the Way I Like It." For Metal Harbor, right? It doesn't matter. That's the
Yes,
way I
this
like it.
is,
Is the name of the song.
This is Sonic's second stage in the story mode.
I see. Anything else we need to know about it before we dive in?
I think it's too short. But
Yeah.
other than that, I love it.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
This is probably one of my favorite levels in the whole game.
All right. Well, let's give it a listen. Here's "That's the Way I Like It." Enjoy. right. Well, that's the way I like it, and I rather liked that one. Apparently, I was listening to a much longer version than everybody else had. I'll throw the longer version in the podcast because it's nice. It's a good tune. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for a brass section. I listen to a lot of ska music, so that's a huge one for me.
Yeah.
And I love this one so much, I learned how to play it on my guitar. It's just.
I
so
thought
much
you were
fun.
going to say trumpet.
I wish. No, sadly, yeah, I don't know how to play the trumpet.
Me and Alex saw this performed live. Right? Alex, you were there.
Oh yeah,
right?
actually, I was gonna say since last time, right before the pandemic, we saw Jun Senyoe at MagFest in National Harbor, Maryland, and they did a concert called the Sonic Adventure Experience, where him and his band, Crush 40, played various tracks from across the Sonic Adventure games.
Wow,
that's pretty cool.
It was a great show.
Yeah, we saw this live and one other song that we will play later today, and both of them were amazing. I think this is the song they finished on. I think, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, because this is just one of the best.
They did a neat thing where they accompanied the song with clips of the game being played on the big screen behind them.
Nice.
Pretty cool.
Yeah, they did that for the Zelda Symphony that I saw.
Oh, did you see? Yeah, I saw the Zelda Symphony as well.
Yeah, that was outstanding. But yeah, back to this song. It is very boy, it really it's like, oh boy, a real big fish and
yes,
with a Goldfinger in there and
yes,
maybe a touch of Boss Stones. Like this is really
a little less than Jake.
Yeah, just bringing me right back. But in
97, here we are.
in a very fun way. I dug this track.
This level is probably one of my favorite levels, and it's because in raising the trows and in game, you need coins, you need different items and stuff. And this level, I could run through and collect up 200 coins, 150 coins. I don't know, a lot of coins in minute or two.
Do you mean rings?
Rings. What? Yeah. My bad. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
I'm sorry I had to call you out.
No. You had every right to call
Someone
me
listening to the podcast is going to be like, what did he just say?
No. I'm sorry. It's been a bit. I've had a little too much iced tea to drink today.
I think our listeners are a little more forgiving.
I hope so. But yeah.
And if you're not, I will find you.
Matt's not forgiving.
But yeah,
I am not.
This level was one of the easiest ones for me to just run through really quick and gather rings quickly. So I played this level, I don't know how many times, probably in the hundreds. I've played this level.
Oh yeah. This was the level where you get the light dash, which lets you dash through an enormously long line of rings. So it was a great one to collect a lot very, very quickly. And the level itself was sadly very short. So even the short song, you didn't get to hear it very long. But I would find myself coming back to this level and just playing it for fun in the stage select just to hear the track again.
This was probably my go-to level for bursting people because I was so confident in how fast I could get through it. I love this level. It was a fun level. The song is fun. It's just a good time.
For context, you're Sonic running away from trying to escape via a rocket from a military island before it explodes, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this and a later track are played while you're trying to escape this military island before it blows up. It's great.
Yeah, the level literally finishes with you a rocket is taking off and it's counting down as you're trying to run up the ladders around it so you can grab it and hold on for dear life as it launches off. The game's weird.
It's a really cool sequence.
It is.
You have to grab the rocket, because you go through these gates, and then it just counts down a 15-second timer, and you have to climb up a NASA-style launch platform to get to a handle on the side of the rocket.
That he just holds on to with his glove.
Placed.
Yeah.
And burns up upon exiting the atmosphere.
Blue hedgehogs are known for... well, he's probably
this level
resistant
has this level has a snowboarding section too.
Of course it does.
You take the rocket up, and before it gets too close to the sun, you bail off the rocket, just like you did with the helicopter. You peel a piece off the side of the rocket And then
Is that safe?
it plays like a track that's sort of like That's the Way I Like It, but it's like much faster paced. And you basically grind down this giant chimney to the goal ring.
This is how Sonic helps prevent fall damage. He snowboards.
Yeah, apparently if you jump out of a helicopter, as long as you've got your board, you'll be okay.
Yeah.
Clearly.
Boards come with, free knee shocks in them,
It's a lot of springs and shock absorbers in there.
You gotta wear your thick soap shoes.
Oh,
That's key.
absolutely.
All right, well, I think it's time to move on to the next track called A Ghost's Pumpkin Soup.
Yeah.
So this has rap in it, done by Hunted Page, who does most of the rapping for the Knuckles stages.
Huh.
Yeah,
I'm partial to his voice. I think he does a really good job.
you definitely know it's Knuckles stage when there's rapping, and it also will talk about being Knuckles, pretty common. I think this is another one that's kind of like Escape from the City, where this is kind of like a known for track for this game. Correct me if I'm wrong, Days. Like I definitely think this is like one of the go-tos for this game.
Yeah, I'd say the top three are Escape from the City, the one that is our last track for this podcast, and this one. Mm-hmm. I actually have some custom songs that I hacked into Rock Band 3 that I can play with a bunch of my friends, and we have the track A Ghost's Pumpkin Soup among them.
I do not think either of you are going to like this song.
Well, you know what?
I want you to know the whole time I'm going to smile thinking about your reaction.
We're going to go in as open-minded as possible.
If you want, I'll turn on my video so you can just see my distaste.
I do want that. I absolutely do.
All right. Screw it. Why not?
All right, here we go. Here's Ghost Pumpkin Soup. Enjoy.
You know me, the fighting freak Knuckles, and we're at Pumpkin Hill. You ready? I ain't gon' let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep down in Pumpkin Hill. I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkin in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back them up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head, I have no fear. It probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. A ghost try to approach me, he got leery. Just gon' creep down in Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I can sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I'm gonna hold my head, cause I have no fear. This probably seems crazy, a graveyard theory. Our ghosts try to approach me and got leery. Ask him a question and he vanished in a second. I'm walking through valleys, crying pumpkin in the alley. Didn't seem happy, but they sure tried to get me. Had to back them up with a fist metal crackle. I'm hearing someone saying, you a chicken, don't be scared. It had to be the wind, cause nobody wasn't there. I searched and I searched as I climbed up the wall. And then I started to fly, I went in deeper. Let it get to me, I'm just gon' creep down Pumpkin Hill, I got to find my lost piece. I know that it's here, I sense it in my feet. The great emerald's power allows me to feel. I can't see a thing, but it's around somewhere. I gotta hold my head,
Now I just want to say the track on the album is 6 minutes long. And it's mostly that repeated about 4 times.
Oh. Because
Sign
if you had told
up.
me if you told me there's like 4 other verses to that were all, different, I'd have been like, okay. But if it's that over and over again. I don't know that was as terrible as I maybe imagined it, because it wasn't terrible.
Mhm.
Yeah, I agree. I did not dislike that nearly as much as I expected to.
Choices were made, though. And that's all I'm going to say.
I was gonna say Hunted P, like, he has fun with it. Like, really it seems like he gets into the whole Knuckles is a gangster kind of thing.
I need to go and just read all of the lyrics of some of the Knuckles songs, because some of them are just bizarre.
Feeling things in his feet. I mean, I honestly, I was trying to focus less on the lyrics themselves and more on the music, because I kind of rather liked the music.
Oh,
it seemed
it's a-
like a really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to picture, piece together what exactly it reminds me of. It makes me think of something else, also in a video game, and I can't place it. But the tune itself seems like, if I remember correctly, the Knuckles stages are far less fast paced than stuff like the Sonic stages, right? They're usually like searching for things.
Yeah, they're
you
treasure
need
hunts.
to find Master Emerald pieces around usually a large map.
This does seem very. If you could just take away the lyrics, this would kind of be a perfect track for that. I really liked the music. I'm not a big fan of rap music to begin with, so this already had a couple of points stacked against it. But it's for appreciating it for what it is. That it certainly seemed quality, but like Matt said, the choices were made, and. But they owned them. They went for it. They didn't. There were no half measures in this song. It was
Right.
They committed to it.
I have a question for both of you, just because I think this is going to be hilarious. Just listening to that song, what do you picture this level look like?
I was curious about that too.
I'll go first. I get like purple. Let's see, like overtones, purple. Obviously darker. Maybe some grays in there. I feel like rocky, stalagmites and stalactites, outcroppings. But he's also talking about like pumpkin patch or something, if I remember correctly. And I feel like it's like some weird, overgrown, brambly, like field, but again with all these rock outcrops and things like that. And I know I am 100% off base.
I know he says pumpkin and everything, but for some reason, just listening to it, all I can think of is like cliff sides and chain link fences with like black and yellow hazard warnings all over the place. I don't know why.
Wow. Matt,
That can't
you're not
be good.
100. Matt, you're not 100% wrong.
Ooh.
Chris, you're really close actually.
It might just be some sort of residual memory of seeing screenshots or something, to be perfectly honest. Like, it could be that, but...
The whole level is it's a strange one, where a lot of Sonic stages are like contained within a large box that you have to play around in. Like, this one is also, but there's a lot of open space. A lot of floating platforms, and there's like 3 main pillars. And the tallest one, actually most of them are like covered in pumpkins, and a lot of them have like iron fences, which is weird that you mentioned chain link fences. I was like, there are actually fences everywhere in this level.
I sent the best screenshot I could find.
Yeah,
of, like,
it's basically like Halloween the level, sort of.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there's
perpetual sunset.
Yeah, but
perpetual sunset. There's creepy pumpkins smiling at you in the background. There's these giant towers you can glide to with various pumpkin faces on them.
And there's very little floor. It's mostly like bottomless pit, other than like a handful of towers and like mountains that you can like glide to. But it's
wow.
And they're all themed. Like one of the mountains is Church Mountain, and it has like a graveyard that ghosts come out of and attack you.
Goodness gracious.
It is a unique level, and I love it.
But I think the track does a good job of like especially with the piano, of giving you like that sort of creepy vibe.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
And
there's
the
like
lyrics mention the ghost and, like you said, the pumpkin and everything.
there's like a
pseudo
theremin in there,
Mm-hmm.
which I think everybody equates with either creepy or Martians.
Huh. Well, okay. Yeah.
So that's a fun one. I mean, that's one that people like to make fun of.
It's an
lot.
easy target, I think.
And that's
I
why
mean, it's
think
an easy
so
target if you don't
popular.
actually listen to the words themselves. If you're just kind of listening to the tune, I don't know. I feel like the lyrics from To Escape from the City are just totally in your face. This kind of like was really easy to blend into the background. I wasn't really paying much attention to it. I was just listening to the beat, which I thought was pretty cool.
I'll give you that.
But then again, I'm a weirdo, so what the hell?
I'll also give you that.
All right, well, let's move on to the next track, which is called Rhythm and Balance.
Won't Stop, Just Go is the next one.
You're right. I can't read.
Although I will say, this track and the track after it are basically sort of how Sonic's theme and that Throw It All Away theme of Shadow are opposites. These are sort of opposites because what happens once Sonic is done escaping from the military island is he gets in a conflict with Shadow. And immediately after this conflict, they both find out that the island is going to blow up. And they both have a level where they are running away trying to escape. Sonic's is this song we're about to listen to, and Shadow's will be later. But it's kind of cool to hear the differences between them. And when we get to the other song, we can explain some of the differences between levels and design and music. But it's kind of interesting to keep in mind.
Yeah, I believe, there's a reason we had both of them on the list, and it was because we wanted to show you guys the differences and how it translates. Because really, these levels are very similar, but very different, and you can tell. So,
Okay, well, let's go ahead and give it a listen to Won't Stop, Just Go. Enjoy. That was fun. Won't Stop, Just Go. It was nice, fast paced. I dug this one.
So, something I want to say is something I just really thought of, and I don't know if it's something that they did on purpose or not, and I hadn't thought of it previously. Is that like a lot of the guitar in this track in particular, it almost sounds kind of sloppy. you can hear a lot of the finger movements between the notes and chords. And I feel like that's kind of perfect for a theme where that's literally called Won't Stop, Just Go. You're basically trying to play as fast as you can. I think that's kind of clever if that was something they were doing.
I think it's just indicative of the style they're attempting to emulate. Like when you listen to, like punk. Right? It's a very punk track. Like it brings a lot of like No Effects and Bad Religion. Dead Kennedys, like I hear that as straight influences. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I wish I knew what song it was, but this song almost identically sounds like a song from The Offspring that I know.
Oh,
well, I can think of what it sounds like that Kris brought up last time.
What was that?
Excuse Me, Mister.
I was just thinking the same thing. It's like, did I say that before? Because this reminds me of Excuse Me, Mister by No Doubt.
Yeah, thanks to you, I've had that song on my iPod for the last 2 years.
Oh, cool. Yeah, it reminds me a lot of that tune.
I feel like the song you're thinking of from The Offspring is off the Smash record, and it's
probably like early.
Because I got a bad headache and it ain't going away. Yeah. I don't know the name of that song.
Not that one.
No? Because
no.
that's the one personally comes to mind. But
there are a lot of Offspring songs that have that kind of tempo and power.
Yeah.
And I feel like I said this last time, and I couldn't think of their name either that time.
Well, I'll say this again. I think it's a great addition to the genre. Like I think it's it's really well done, well produced. It sounds, you're talking about hearing, chord changes on the strings and stuff. Like I think it's perfect for what it was going for. And again, no lyrics, like, definitely helps. I could totally see this as like an escaping level where everything's very manic and you got to get moving, and the music's really driving that point home.
Do we move on to the rhythm and balance?
I think it's time to hear the opposite side of this coin. So let's give a whirl to rhythm and balance. Enjoy. Meanwhile, in the Matrix...
Yeah, you like that drum and bass there.
That's some hardcore drum and bass. Little
Yeah.
jungle too.
Lots of those little woody sound effects happening and whatnot. So
That was
That
a
is-
little.
that song is definitely a product of its time, no question about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that part I would think is a bit much. But I
I just
just
didn't
wanna
hate it though.
Good.
I like this one better than Won't Stop Disco. I really like Rhythm and Bounce. But yeah, it is
And
unique.
Shadow, like this level being Shadows, it has a completely different feel. Where like Green Forest is full of vibrant green colors, and which kind of fits Sonic's personality. White Jungle fits Shadow's personality, where everything has darker tones, and of course, in true emo fashion, it's raining the entire time.
I want to point out, because we played Shadow's theme Throw It All Away earlier in the episode, that like just how the lyrics are has like a same kind of sound to them in Throw It All Away as Rhythm and Balance, where it's kind of, they're subdued, they're kind of under it, they're kind of digitized a little.
Yeah, they got that kind of
muted a
like
bit.
Yeah.
radio static sound going on.
Yeah.
The telephone effect.
Yeah.
And that's
Which-
that's kind of how they did this game, where it's like each character, like you hear a song, you basically know which character it associates with.
I mean, that's, intrinsic to
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of big things like that. You think of something as big as Star Wars, the Empire has its own sound and timbre, and, Luke Skywalker and the Jedi and so on and so on. So that way, when you hear, if you don't see anything, but you hear it, you're like, oh, the good guys are here. Oh, the bad guys are here, Get that, it's all storytelling, when it all boils down to it.
That's true. It's sort of new in the Sonic series, though, I think, at this point in time.
At this point, sure.
Because previously it was pretty much only like villains would get their rights.
Yeah, you'd have the main theme and then a bunch of levels and like boss music. I think at this point in gaming, period, they started to have the ability to put and even there's space enough for more music, and then on top of that, like, the gamers are starting to want more. The games are getting bigger and more involving and more storytelling. They want better stories, better characters. So yeah.
But a couple things. One, that's kind of why I think we wanted to tout this album, because we really, just looking at this, we have one Knuckles song, we have a bunch of Shadow and Sonic, we have a Rouge song coming up, but like we don't even have you guys listening to any Tails stuff or Eggman stuff in this list. And but like the variety that this game has is I think part of why we like this album so much, is that like any type of song you like, you will find a track that is like the music you like somewhere in this game. And I never even thought about it for its time period. Like, what did, the Mario had Luigi's Mansion at this time and Mario 64, and like, the most of those songs all kind of are level based, not really any character driven work, and other games in that time, I feel like they just didn't have the variety that this album had, other than like a Tony Hawk game or something.
Yeah. I mean, I think you're right. And it's interesting that a game could be that eclectic. Of course, its cast of characters is just that eclectic as well. So it's kind of like one hand washing the other, so to speak.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lot of sense for this game to be that, as opposed to something like a Mario game that's not character driven at all.
Yeah.
The character is wahoo. So,
He never does any real plumbing.
Yeah, exactly. He does a lot of wahooing, but no, this Sonic games were really carving out a specific identity at this point. The comic had been going for a little while, and there was lore in Sonic, and that was kind of a big differentiating factor between this game and a lot of the Nintendo stuff. So the music, the soundtrack being this eclectic and diverse definitely makes a lot of sense, and it's pretty wild. It's been an interesting ride so far, and I have not. The only thing about this evening I'm not enjoying is the fact that I feel like crap.
I'm sorry.
So I hope that that's not coming through in any lack of enthusiasm, because
No.
I am genuinely enjoying myself. So thumbs up. Let's keep this train a moving. I'm assuming a Rouge the Bat level. I am a spy. Because she's a spy.
Alex, you can take this one.
Oh, to talk about the context here? Okay. So this is... Rouge's tracks are very interesting in that they're usually very calm compared to a lot of the other soundtracks music. Like, sort of like Knuckles' are, because you're going to spend a lot of time running around these levels looking for emerald pieces, or emeralds in this case. Rouge is breaking into a high security vault where they are keeping 3 of the 7 Chaos Emeralds, and she needs to collect all 3 within 8 minutes, or essentially in-game your character dies, because that's when the island explodes. So this is going on at the same time as Shadow and Sonic escaping the military island, which is fun.
Actually, I just thought of something. I apologize. I don't know music well, but to you people that do know music well, if you could listen for the, what was it, time signature, like the beats per minute or whatever of this.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a video like a couple weeks ago about how like the Mission Impossible theme and the Ant-Man movie theme are like in like 3/5 or something, or 4/5. And I wonder if this is, because like it kind of follows that kind of same type of.
Just so we're clear, you're asking about time signatures.
Yes, that's
Okay.
what I'm asking for.
Yeah.
Because beats per minute is something different.
Cool.
Beats per minute is going to be like 120 BPM or something. That's a different measurement.
Yep. I'm guessing this probably isn't, because it is a slower paced song. It was just something that I kind of was wondering, like if it has like an odd time signature.
I think that's a Kris thing.
Mm-hmm.
You can definitely hear some Mission Impossible influences here.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's listen and talk more after.
Let's give it a go. Yeah. Here's I'm a Spy. Enjoy. All right, well, I'll definitely start by saying this does appear to just be in 4/4. Not that there's anything wrong with that. So, a regular old time signature. This does indeed sound like what would happen if the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and Bayonetta soundtracks had a baby.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh,
Bayonetta, yeah.
you just made me like this song more.
Yeah, that wasn't intended as an insult. I'm like, wow, I'm getting hints of like that. There's this one song off the Katamari soundtrack that kind of sounds like this style. And like maybe weird vibes of Frasier, but it's definitely Marvel vs. Capcom and Bayonetta.
Little known fact, Sega, huge Frasier fan.
I feel like everything that you mentioned pretty much has that jazz influence to it. That whole like maybe bebop or whatever. This I could definitely hear like the Mission Impossible influence. I even hear a little or I should say it conjures a little bit of like James Bond. Again, I'm a spy. Like so, I think as audience members of all the arts, whether it's film and or TV shows or in this case video games, when there's espionage going on, you get these like lower tracks. There's definitely like bass driven and like these sparse melodies that give you some kind of suspense.
Yeah, I definitely heard the James Bond essence in like the longer brass sections that were
you definitely with James Bond you definitely get that orchestra, that full orchestra.
And I think this song does a really good does a really good job, and other Alex, you can join in if you want, but it does a really good idea of summing up the instruments that they use for Rouge in a lot of her levels, while also making an interesting spy theme. So they use that, I'm not sure if it's a xylophone.
Sounds like it, as like the main melody.
Yeah, they use that instrument, the kind of like that muted cymbal sound that it almost sounds like a shaker. I'm not sure exactly what that is. And the
sounds very closed hi-hat. Lots of
and like
a lot of hi-hat work.
Yeah. And the like the backing female vocals. That's like those are all common in Rouge's themes, and they're all like they're usually this one's a little more like upbeat than some of her other stages, but I just thought that this one was a really fun focus.
This was definitely your choice to put this on the list. I enjoyed the song. My issue is that I have trouble differentiating Rouge's songs because I consider them so similar. You're right that this one's a lot more fast-paced by comparison. But yeah, they all have a very similar sound to them, to the point that like I struggle knowing which ones are which.
Also, and I mentioned before, I'm a sucker for brass, and there's brass in this one. Knuckles doesn't get brass, really. Just Rouge. As far as the hunting stages go.
Well, I mean...
Including the most frustrating one, which we didn't include on this list, which is Mad Space.
Oh.
It is hands down the most frustrating level in the entire game. Because it messes with gravity. And the controls can already sometimes be wonky, adding changed gravity at certain points in 3D space is really obnoxious.
I gotta say, probably the reason the level we just listened to was the level that frustrated me the most in the entire game. Like I was stuck on this level for like 3 days because there's a time limit.
Security Hall?
Yeah, I was playing through the dark path, got stuck on this, and just played through the hero path until I beat it, and I was like, I'll come back to that later.
It is a tough one. They give you 8 minutes, and you think that would be enough.
But there's like secret areas. It's so hard.
Yeah, there's secret areas. It's actually, the whole thing is rather small, but you keep having to like go from point A to B to C to A to B because there's different layers of this. It's essentially like a giant bank vault with many different vaults inside it. And you have to go and unlock certain sections at a time. When you unlock a certain section of the vault, all the other sections relock if they were unlocked previously.
Yeah.
So like while you're hunting, you're like trying to figure out like, do I need to unlock this now? Do I need to do it later? Where the hell am I going?
Yeah, I was like in 7th grade. I was not old enough to be able to handle that mentally.
It's fun though. A fun fact: there are giant spinning fans in here that are just there's just floating money. The fans are just floating money up and down.
Okay.
Which I hope every bank vault looks like that on the inside. They just have fans moving the money around for fun. I don't know that they don't do that.
I've never been in a bank vault. So.
I haven't. I've only seen them in movies, so I'm only gonna assume that's the reality.
Until someone tells me otherwise or shows me otherwise, I'm with it.
But yeah, I thought this track was a fun one, and I kind of wanted to include a Rouge song.
I think
am
it was
sad in retrospect that we didn't, like looking back at the list, that we didn't include a Tales or an Eggman track. They're not bad. I want to say we didn't exclude them because they're bad.
Yeah, we when we were forming the list, we wanted to give you guys an idea of everything. Like the Won't Stop, Just Go, and Rhythm and Balance. We wanted to show the differences in the same level. We wanted to have like the variety, so that's why I'm a Spy is on there. I think we definitely wanted like the Eggman theme, which I'm sad we don't
Yeah,
have.
that was the one that was like number 11. That was
Yeah.
the one we cut.
But you know what, this is a good list, and I think it was the right move to leave I'm a Spy on the list. Absolutely.
So like if you do end up enjoying the soundtrack overall and you want to check out the rest, like check out some of the Eggman stages are the soundtrack for them is phenomenal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're very techno-y.
I don't know what kind of music I associate with Eggman, like from a personality perspective, but techno was not the first that came to mind.
Well, it's like techno / like heavy machinery noises.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I don't.
Industrial.
Yeah, I don't mean
it's
techno
like
as in like
industrial
Matrix.
techno. Not like techno. I would say industrial.
Yeah, you guys are right. There's a lot of weird metal sound.
Like the Eggman theme song that we cut for this just sounds like you know when Iron Man is building his suit in the cave and he's hitting the anvil and stuff. It just sounds like that sound 10 million times. But it's very satisfying.
While they quote "I am the walrus," and it's great.
Yeah, I am the Eggman. Oh, it's great.
It's
although I prefer the instrumental version that was on the album.
Yep.
Not that the guy did a bad job. No offense to the guy who sang the "I am the Eggman."
And let's be real here. If we had the lyrics one, they would be hating that. They would prefer the "I'm a Spy" anyway.
So see, we did everyone a favor.
Well, yeah. No, I think it was the right choice.
I hope you guys didn't. I'm glad. I think you said you enjoyed that, right? I'm glad that wasn't a sour note for you guys.
No, I did enjoy it. I'm just still focusing on the fact that there's a song where he's saying "I am the Eggman."
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Wow.
It's not. Yeah, it's not subtle. That's his.
If you want to listen to it after we record this, I'm down for that.
No,
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm gonna go ahead and let my imagination handle that.
It is literally his theme song for the game, and it's just him announcing himself the whole time.
Which is hilarious because in Sonic Adventure 1 in America, Sonic used the term Eggman as an insult because he was still Robotnik in the States. Mm-hmm. And I remember him saying, "Don't call me that," in that game. So for Sonic Adventure 2 to be like, "Nah, screw it. I'm just Princess Peaching this business right now."
They fully embraced the Eggman. They were like,
quick,
no, Robotnik is my grandfather.
Real quick, let's just talk about that song for a second. First of all, the song's name is Eggman, but it's E.G.G. It spells it out with periods in between.
But
each
it
letter.
doesn't stand for it.
No.
So it's written like an acronym, but it's not an acronym.
And I'm going to read to you all of the lyrics because it's so quick. The story begins with who's gonna win. You know when the danger lies within. Aboard the Ark, a genius at heart who wants to unlock the mysteries of life. Then he says, "I'm the Eggman" a couple times. And then the second verse is, "I'm plotting my schemes wherever I go. They're perfect in every way. I'd love to destroy the blue one, you know. He's an obstacle that always gets in my way." And that's and then it goes, "I must play in this game by my rules. I will conquer the world with my tools." That's all the lyrics.
He blasts it though. Like,
he's screaming it
it's
the whole
pretty
time.
damn good.
So basically,
Like,
it's
I'm
just
rooting for Eggman when I'm listening to that song.
it sounds like just a giant exposition dump.
Yeah, it is. But also
for
it's-
someone who's never ever played a Sonic game.
Right. Yeah.
Who's this guy?
But also it's. I mean, it really is. It's an evil villain just like spouting. That's his monologuing in a
Yeah.
song.
Yeah.
And they don't ever play the version with lyrics in the story, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah, I
think
don't
they
think
only
so.
play the instrumental like very briefly in the beginning of the Dark story.
Which is really awesome. Like the instrumental is really cool.
Oh yeah, I listen to the instrumental a lot.
It's a ridiculous song. But definitely, if you get the chance, go and listen to it on your own time. It's wild.
Anyway,
But
sorry, that was a weird tangent, and
No.
I'm sorry about that, Chris.
No, I'm in.
I'll
This is
allow
what we're
it.
here for. Yeah,
We-
this is what we're here for.
we have probably one of the better songs on this list coming up. So
Yes, this is
yeah.
one of my absolute
Keys the
favorites.
Ruin, right?
yeah, He's the Ruin
Yes,
is
Keys the
real
Ruin.
good.
All
For
right.
Sonic's stage Pyramid Cave.
Okay. Is it a pyramid or is it a cave? It's
Yes.
both.
It's a cave in a pyramid.
The peanut is neither a pea nor a nut. Discuss.
All right. Let's go ahead and give this a listen. Enjoy. Oh, that just kind of stopped.
Yeah.
I was really enjoying that one.
Yeah.
That was a shorter one than I think the one you get on the album.
Yeah, I think. I don't think it's on the album. Keys the Ruin.
Is it
Keys
not?
the Ruin. Yeah, I don't think it's on the official album.
I don't remember exactly what's on the album because immediately after I downloaded the album, I looked for what wasn't on the album and then ripped that off the internet.
I'm pretty sure Pumpkin Hill, Keys the Ruin, and like Amy Rose's theme aren't on the album, and it's like was there a
Well,
bunch of
Amy
favorites?
Rose's theme, that's okay.
I love Amy Rose's theme.
There's
I'm gonna
something
say I
wrong
think
with you.
Pumpkin is because I have the playlist because we were listening to one song that I had that was going on for way longer. I have a bunch from that same album, and the version of Pumpkin Soup I have goes on for 324. But this song, Keys the Ruin, and the next one, they're from a different soundtrack version that I have. So
Pretty sure Death Chamber isn't on it either.
Ah.
That's a side note. Anyway, so about Keys to the Ruin. So this is kind of a fun level. Fun and challenging, where you're Sonic and you're trying to infiltrate to the center of a pyramid base that belongs to Eggman. And there's kind of like pharaoh imagery all over the place, and you have to deal with like hourglass timers that if you're not fast enough will shut doors on you and you have to go back and reopen them. There's ghosts in here. All kinds of like fun torches everywhere. It's a really cool aesthetic stage.
Mm-hmm.
Also, man, I definitely heard. We were just speaking about James Bond for "I'm a Spy for Security Hall." There were definitely some James Bond vibes in Keys to the Ruin at one point. One of the chord progressions was 100% like a James Bond chord progression. And I really enjoy that part with the it's like that calypso style steel drum, and the like the chorus in the back is like really interesting.
This is the other one that me and Alex was playing live.
Oh, nice.
Oh, I think I screamed for literal joy when they started playing this.
This was pretty cool. This is probably my favorite one we've listened to tonight. I was really, really enjoying this one.
I'm not surprised by that.
It's just it's a really well put together piece. So I don't really know what to say about it as far as like breaking it down to piece by piece. I like what you said, that one part when it kind of like broke down with that little different instrument, that calypso. I think is what you said.
The steel drum.
Outside of that, it was really nice, kind of catchy, just chill but not chill. You know what I mean? Like, it was very good background music, and I liked it.
I think it's got that kind of like mystic quality to it, especially during that steel drum part. That especially with the backing chorus. I know you liked when we went over Sonic Adventure 1, you liked the Mystic Ruins.
Yeah, I love that too.
And I think you might like these songs for similar reasons.
Entirely possible. Nay, probable. Either way. It's a good track. Well spotted. Well done, sir. Sirs. All right, so I guess
just me.
Just
not the other Alex. He likes Amy's theme.
And therefore we will viciously mock him.
I like both.
Funny.
I really like Supporting Me, which is the next song.
Supporting Me.
That's right.
Oh, it's so good, and they remixed it for generations.
Well, this is our last song of the night before we take us out into the cold blue night.
Wait, we have two more.
Yeah, but
the other one will play over
after
for the ending of the song. So
yeah, we never get to hear their opinion on the last one.
That's right.
Plays us out.
It's been so long. It's been 2 years.
Because it's the main theme of the
You
franchise.
old bastards.
Supporting Me is definitely one of my favorites on the whole album. I don't know if it fits your guys' aesthetic, but I think this song is just awesome.
This takes place after a special level in the last story, which you unlock by finishing the hero story and the dark story. And you play through a level called Cannon's Core, that has a great track as well. But we didn't put on the list. But after Cannon's Core, you play as every single character except for Shadow. And then you have a boss battle against Bile Lizard as Shadow. So you'll definitely get shadowy vibes from this song.
A couple things to note is, one, the Bile Lizard is even in other ways a rival for Shadow in story.
Can we do spoilers? Does anyone care?
Oh goodness,
I mean,
go
for it.
Go to town.
Okay,
But for everyone listening, spoilers ahead.
Spoilers
ahead. I will keep it brief.
Statute of limitations is
But
pretty much up on
Eggman in
one.
this game,
Yeah.
that's true. 20 years old. Eggman in this game, his grandfather Gerald Robotnik tried to create what he thought would be the ultimate life form. And before he created Shadow, which he did decide was the ultimate life form, he created the Bile Lizard, which was a failed experiment. And it lives within the arc that is encircling the Earth as a giant satellite. And that's where Eggman was using it as a base. And it starts taking things into its own hand. And after this song plays and you defeat it, it starts taking the entire space colony and throwing it at the Earth. And you have to stop him. So he's quite a formidable opponent. You find out that the Bile Lizard can use Shadow's signature power, Chaos Control, as well.
Yeah, so very much it's two ultimate life forms kind of duking it out on, which one is really the most ultimate life form at this point. And I also really enjoy, just a heads up for this, the opening of the fight is when the opening of this song goes. And you see the lizard scream, and you can kind of hear it in the song, which is really cool. Like the song opening and the opening of the battle like are synced up together, which is fascinating, and it always gives me chills. So I love this song. This song is just
Yeah,
awesome.
this might be one of my top 3, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Well, I gotta say that all that story you were just saying sounds like some real anime nonsense.
Yeah,
Yeah, Sonic Adventure 2 went full anime, I think.
they blew up half the moon in that game.
I will also say,
They blew
though,
up half the moon as a warning.
Yeah.
just
For
as a
what?
fun aside, I just started replaying Metroid Other M for the first time in a long time, and
I'm sorry.
all the nonsense that you just talked about with ultimate life forms, one of them being a hedgehog, blowing up the moon and all that other stuff, is actually way more grounded in reality than Metroid Other M.
Yeah. Other M was suspect at best.
Yeah, I'm never touching Other M. I will touch literally every other Metroid game, but
I'm utterly fascinated by it, but it is a really cool looking game. But that's not what we're here. That's a podcast for another podcast. Let's listen to Supporting Me from Sonic Adventure 2. Enjoy. Supporting Me from Sonic Adventure 2, and that was a solid song. That was a good one.
I think I'm a fan of the Shadow stuff because a lot of it continues to sound to me like Gravity Kills.
Whatever we'll take whatever we can get.
Small
I'm
victories.
happy
equal
with
to big
these
ones.
answers.
No, but I think overall, not hearing the other tracks, the other characters, Tails and Eggman, I think this soundtrack is a testament to like being able to kind of, I don't know, put a finger on the pulse of what's happening at the time and kind of recreate it. But not only be able to recreate it, but recreate it in such a way that it fits this, art direction, narrative, established characters. Like, I feel as though I don't want to, like, in my brain, I keep saying the word, like, copy, but it's not. It's almost like an homage to what's happening, but, like, in the best possible way. Like, they certainly copied, excuse me, they certainly copied a lot of styles. As I mentioned before, it sounds like the soundtrack's very eclectic, and you guys kind of corroborate it in your own way. So again, in the best possible way, like, this was done. So I mean, Kris mentioned it before we did a Sonic episode, and we both kind of said, like, this music's really good separated from the game. So I'm gonna kind of put my little seal of approval on it. This music's really good separated from the game. So
Yeah, I'm not going to say that I'm a full-on convert over here, but
Right.
I'm still not going to actively seek this out to listen to it, but you have definitely succeeded in giving me a more thorough appreciation for the music. It's not all what I have in my imagination of what the Sonic Adventure 2 soundtrack is. So this has been a rather eye-opening episode and rather enjoyable. So thanks, guys.
Good.
yep, thank
You're
you.
welcome. I really appreciate you guys having us on to talk about this stuff. So, thanks.
And thank you for having an open mind to listening to all this. Yeah.
Of course, thanks for coming back 2 years later to do to do it again.
No problem. I hate leaving things unfulfilled.
Agreed.
So
Yeah, I'm looking at it. We recorded on April 17th, 2019. That was when we did this last.
Oh wow.
Wow.
So 2 years and 2 months or so.
Yeah.
So
Almost, yeah.
So in 2 years we meet back up for Sonic Heroes.
Oh, if you ever want to go over another Sonic game soundtrack, or even another one that you think I might like, hit me up.
I almost kind of want to do like a best of Sonic. Like there's some good Sonic Advance songs. There's some good Sonic the Hedgehog 2 songs.
Best of Sonic. Do you know how hard it was to narrow it down to 10 tracks for
Yeah,
just this game?
You're right.
It's got a pretty hefty
Although,
soundtrack. Yeah.
I'll say challenge accepted. I like a challenge.
Well, Sonic, we're probably going to hit. I was talking to Matt before that there are a couple of this show's really, really, really early episodes that I want to kind of do a retake on, and Sonic 2 is one of them. I think Sonic 2 is like this show's third episode, maybe second or third episode.
Oh wow!
When it was just starting out, and I feel like I would like to do that a little bit more justice because I was doing the show by myself, so it was just me monologuing about the tracks when it was done, and I like the game or don't like the game. Sonic 2 soundtrack is just it's freaking video game music royalty as far as I'm concerned.
Agreed.
Robotnik's theme alone, I would play that game and like not kill Robotnik just to listen to that song back in the day.
Mystic Cave.
Yeah.
Freaking
Mystic
Chemical
Cave
Plant
is my
Zone.
jam.
Chemical Plant Zone is just
Chemical
one of
Plant
the
Zone.
hands down coolest songs I've ever heard. It's so ridiculous. And the more you listen to it, the more you dissect the pieces of it. It's just the way that everything comes together so perfectly. It's a masterwork. So that's something to look forward to in the not too distant future. And I also love the Sonic 3 soundtrack. So
I was just gonna say.
we will be hitting Sonic the Hedgehog. Honestly, the next one will probably another one I really want to do is the Sonic the Hedgehog Master System soundtrack, which was by Yuzo Koshiro and is really very different from the Genesis one and really, really good. I love that one. So there's more Sonic in our future for sure, but I think we need to wrap things up here. So thank you guys very much for joining us, and that's going to be our show. Join us next time for the next in our anniversary series. Alex, as we've been covering pretty much game anniversaries this whole for the back half of this whole year.
I believe it.
So the next one is going to be the 25th anniversary of Nights into Dreams for Sega Saturn.
Oh,
Ooh, nice.
A
Wow.
very interesting game with a
Yes.
a rather lovely soundtrack. I'm a big fan, so that's going to be a hoot. So let's see. We here at the WaveBack podcast are incredibly grateful to everyone who listens, and we love communicating with you when we can. And we have a couple of ways you can do that. There's the Geekade Discord channel, in which we have a WaveBack chat where we frequently discuss all manner of things related to video game music and whatever our next episodes are going to be. We also have a WaveBack forum page over on Facebook, which you can find by searching for WaveBack on Facebook. Of course, you can always still send us an email at mail@geekade.com, and while you're at it, check out all our social media channels, which you should totally follow, like, and subscribe to if you haven't already. And be sure to check out all the other great content we have on our site over at geekade.com. We're going to leave you tonight with Live and Learn. This is a rather memorable song, especially for those of us who are just lunatic Nintendo fans, and remember this is the song that played when they announced Sonic the Hedgehog was in Smash Brothers Brawl. That's honestly, that's what I know this song for more than Sonic Adventure 2, but that's just my world. Either of Alex's tell us a little bit about this song.
So you just threw me back to Smash Dojo.
Oh, the Smash Dojo.
I used to check that website every day.
I remember me and my roommate in my dorm going on that like every time. It was so good.
I so specifically remember waking up in the morning, and sometimes it'd be a music track, sometimes it'd be a character, and that was such a magical time. I love that site.
As for Live and Learn, it is the theme of Sonic Adventure 2. They play a nice instrumental version of it when you load up the game, when you hit the main menu and you're navigating the menu, which is pretty cool. And then the full version with the lyrics plays during the final confrontation. So once you defeat BioLizard and you've heard the Supporting Me song, he fuses with the Space Colony Ark and starts sending it towards Earth, and you hear this epic song as you fight him as Super Sonic and Super Shadow.
All right. Well, I will say thank you once again to Alex and Alex for being with us tonight. We will chat again soon. And yeah, that's going to be it for us. Thanks for listening, everybody. Enjoy, live, and learn, and we'll see you next time. Good night.